you coming up as a rapper, who were your West Coast influences?
West Coast influence, of course, Dr. Dre, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, X-Cube, Too Short, West Side Connection, and as a group as a whole, Dog Pound. I really just listen to that music and try to pattern it. To the similar lifestyle that we live and put in the same in my music. So,
back in the early 90s when the West Coast was really dominant, it seemed like, nobody could stop them. It was very powerful back in the early 90s and, kind of all the way up into the early 2000s. And then it seems like it kind of died down a little bit. Why do you think that happened?
I think transition came after Pac died. I think we got our peak with the Death Row days, and then once he died, there was a boy that was missing. It was almost like we got overshadowed. By the other coast and down south. But I think the music always been here. It just time for somebody else to get that type of shine that we got. But after Tupac died, I think that's when it really made the transition. Where we weren't being heard as much.
Okay. You have a different sound. You don't sound like I would say a typical West Coast rapper. And so what do you think makes you stand out of everyone else?
My vulnerability for people to relate. I still got the same lifestyle. You still hear the same lifestyle you heard with the original, legendary West Coast artists, but it's to take it to another level where I'm not just glorifying how tough I am. I'm actually showing my weak side and the vulnerability in my lifestyle, So it's just a different aspect of things, taking it to another level where you're only getting one side of things about California. Now you're getting two sides of it, the good and the bad. So I think that's what separates me the most.
The West Coast, has always been known for a lot of violence. And how did your environment affect you, and how do you implement it in your music?
It affected me a lot. It affected how the way I think. Emotionally, just seeing people, my friends dying in the streets and seeing the lifestyle they took, upon themselves and growing up, affected me a lot. And that's how I put it in my music. That's the pain I touch on. A lot of people don't touch on a certain type of pain that really goes on inside of the city. We just touch on glorifying instead of saying the reasons why. That's why I put a lot of them situations and emotions in my music. I just transcend it over to the MPC, the Pro Tools, and get it off like that, and people relate to it.
Okay. You've definitely gotten a lot of attention recently, in the last year, so you've definitely come up, and you're getting a lot of new fans in different areas. So let's say, for example, you have some fans that are on the East Coast, that are from New York. Do you think your music is relatable to other areas besides just your market?
Of course. I try to make my music universal as possible, but other than that, I think everybody who lives in the same ghetto, not just LA going through the type of stuff that I went through, it's New York, it's Chicago, Detroit, everybody can relate to it. We all human beings and we all go through the same feelings. And when I put them expressions over the beats and over the type of instrumentation I use, I think they can relate to it as much as possible. That's by the sound, the type of drums I use. They might be some dirty drums that can relate to New York feeling. They might be some black notes. Sounds that can relate to Chicago or Texas swing. But I always tend to put the pain inside of that. So it's universal as much as possible when I approach it.
Okay. And you spoke on who you enjoyed listening to when you were coming up. Who do you enjoy listening to currently?
I enjoy listening to all my affiliates, my top dog affiliates, Absol, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock. Other than in-house, I enjoy listening to Kid Cudi, Rick Ross, J. Cole. A lot of the new characters coming up. I like what they're doing. They putting the type of feeling, the type of pain that Pac and Biggie and Dave was putting in early in their careers. That's why I can respect it.
Talk about what you have going on currently.
Right now, I've been in the studio with Dre for the most part, trying to rap with Detox. I'm out crazy. It's been crazy. Alongside with that, I got a project in the works I'm doing with J. Cole. started off doing a few songs, but now it's coming out to a full-length project. Cause like we're gonna make it happen. With that, I'm working on my group. Me and my group, Black Hippie. We steady banging in. We're doing some mixtapes and working on the album at the same time, as well as working on my first debut album. So, got a lot of music on my hands.
Okay, and quickly talk about the experience of working with Dr. Dre on Detox.
Oh, the experience is crazy. I mean, it's coming from a point where I'm watching him and Tupac ride down Rosecrans on the Cali Love first video edit. Damn, I'm in that Bentley. Damn, I'm coaching my vocals. You know what I mean? Looking outside the booth and he telling me what to do or what not to do. I mean, just his legend. It was just a crazy moment for me. That's all I can really think about, just me riding down, listening to NWA with my pops, you know what I mean? And he's perfectionist, man. He just took my creativity to a whole nother level, and I forever respect dude for that, you know? Just recognizing the talent, so I'll appreciate it.
Okay. How did the collaboration come between you and J. Cole? How'd that start?
I met J. Cole at the 2010 freshman shoot. I just introduced myself. So I'm an upcoming artist inside of LA. And, I want to work with him. And it was mutual since then. He's like, you know what, I respect it. Came out for my dude, you and I, mixtape release party. I rocked on the mic. He was like, yo, I remember you. Change numbers, let's get up. Down the line, we got in the studio. A few months later, knocked out 2 or 3 bangers, and shit, we've been good friends since, you know, and we just been going back and forth.
Go ahead and just let us know your social sites, your Twitter, your Facebook, your website, and anything else you want the fans to know.
Twitter, you can catch me at Kendrick_Lamar, AENDRICK_LAMAR. My Facebook, just type in Kendrick Lamar. I'm sure I should pop up in that. I like people to really just Google the name. And all my shit, everything, all my viral should pop up. Really, everything from the videos, everything from the MP3, the downloads, mixtapes, the Kendrick Lamar EP, the Kendrick Lamar OD, which is on iTunes. That's about it, man.
Okay. Any last shout outs?
Top Dog Entertainment, that's my crew, that's the label that's been with me since I was 16. That's the shout out. We're going to take over the whole 2011 and beyond.